the NC State Wolfpack, as we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Ole Miss Rebels, taking on last year's national champion, the NC State Wolfpack. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. NC State with the kickoff team on the field and just about ready to start. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. So Ole Miss offense comes onto the field first today. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Wants to go up top on first down. Makes the grab. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29.
Well, what's the point in waiting? Why not get one of your best players involved in the game right off the bat? They take a shot, their big target outside, shows off his athletic ability, and right away this offense is humming.
Pulls and throws off the RPO. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down. And the Rebels moving quickly to the line.
Well, the defense makes the tackle. They give up the first down. They've now got to communicate the next play call. They can't substitute because the offense is going fast.
They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
The Rebels come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Gonna look downfield again. Catch in the middle, it's Henry. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before they'll recycle that down marker. They're in the red zone and they'll pass it. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
What a great play by that quarterback. There's so much space out here in football, the way they spread you out, but to be able to break on the football when it's thrown and those quick passes like that, nice job by the quarterback.
Got his man on the right. He can't find enough room. Stopped at the 17, and it brings up a fourth down.
Really nice job by the defense there. You're trying to force the quarterback to throw the football in front of you and allow your guys to square up and make a tackle out in space. You got to force the ball carrier to do something special after the catch. Not able to do it there, so really nice tactic by the defense.
And on this opening drive, the D gave up some yards, but that's okay. They buckled down when they needed to. They forced the field goal, keeping the home crowd still engaged, still excited, and now they get the football.
After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So NC State's offense has the ball for the first time. Time for an early look at one of our Heisman Trophy candidates, and while this award certainly caters to quarterbacks many times, Jesse, this guy's proving to be worth all the attention.
Yeah, he's delivering. And remember, David, there was a lot of preseason hype around this guy. Each and every week, this dude has been making big-time plays. To me, he looks much improved from a season ago, and he's got this offense rolling.
Yeah, and the quarterbacks touch the ball every play. Their stats are good. Rushing stats count. touchdowns, obviously, so it gets inflated. But if he can keep this consistency, it's still early in the season. He's a guy that the numbers are looking really good, and that Heisman talk's going to get louder and louder.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Wants to go up top. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Firing to the right, complete. He's across the 30 and out of bounds at the 31-yard line.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. Wants to throw on first down. Snagged in the middle. It's good. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
Wow, the quarterback knew he had to get that one to his receiver quickly on the in route. Did you see the velocity on that throw?
NC State might think about going for a big one on second and short. Here's the handoff. Breaks into the open. The freshman brought down after a really nice run there.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
North Carolina State defining efficiency on this drive. Might be calling a hot route. To the air on first down. Keeps looking downfield. Gets rid of it. Got his man. Several defenders there to get him on the ground.
This is exactly why this guy is your QB. He does such a great job of buying time, has such great speed, just stresses the defense. What do you want to do? You want to blitz me? Sure, I'm going to scramble outside the pocket, complete the pass. He's just posing so many problems and so many headaches.
The Wolfpack with a lot of options on second and short. They'll give it to the back. And he was able to run through a tackle, and they finally get him, but not until he picks up the first down.
Well, they needed 2 yards for that first down. The running back doing just enough to make sure he keeps this drive alive.
NC State with a fresh set of downs thanks to that running game. Motion from the wide receiver. Looking to throw on first down. He's got his man, makes the grab. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
To the air on second down. Grabbed in the middle. It's good. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
These are simple routes, the drag routes that go across the field, but they actually can turn into huge plays. You see all the speed on the outside now, wide receiver. You get in his hands quick, he can go make a play, make one guy miss, and maybe next time he can make an even bigger game.
Scrambling away. He's going to turning it on. Inside the 15, out of bounds at the 14-yard line. The offense looking for a score.
Well, for this defense now, being good against the pass is not just going to be in the back end covering people. It's going to be trying to contain this guy at the quarterback position. He is lethal, especially when things go off script. You saw it on that one. First down, they dial up the pass play. You're not able to get him on the ground, and now they've gotten another first down.
Just a great job by the quarterback, the running back, the offensive line. Sneaky little devils. What do? Make it look like pass, sneak in the run, catch you off guard. Great play call by the offense.
The snap sets up the throw. Caught in the backfield, it's Mayer. Touchdown, NC State! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. There have been miniseries, novels, movies, long-form plays that have been over in shorter period of time than that drive. That was a marathon.
And that's just so frustrating when you're a defensive guy, time and time again, trying to get the stops, and they just keep making the plays, and they punch it in for a touchdown. Demoralizing.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 7-3. They march 79 yards on the drive, and they cap the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. The returner will field it and try to get some field position. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. A little bit of feeling each other out. They're down 7-3 as they open this drive. From the gun, the ground game. Not much there. He gets 1 to the 11. And the Rebels racing to the line in the hurry-up. Second down, they'll go to the air. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Henry. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming. The Rebels will try to pin them back with the punt. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. He gets it away from his own end zone. No fair catches here, looking for room. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. Off to a good start here and back to work now with a 7-3 lead. They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. Snap to the back. Quarterback on the move, still looking. Looking for room at the 30. Inside the 15, first and 10 from the 14. Looking to throw on first down. Give him 6. Touchdown, Wolfpack.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 14-3. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
ACC action, fellas, and all week there's been intrigue about this one. Virginia Tech is trailing right now, but let's be honest. The program that turned out Michael Vick should never be counted out of any game. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to South Carolina. It wouldn't be the ACC if there weren't this kind of storyline, guys, and we promise to keep you posted.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Under fire. Outside the pocket, lets it go. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Unleashes one. Picked off. What a
something going right for this team early in the first quarter here. The defense is getting gashed, and now you've thrown a pick. The head coach has got to get his team together and get everybody to calm down and settle in.
And this defense, they've got to do a big job here. Like, offense put you in a bad spot. You haven't had some great moments, but this possession, we got to get a stop, got to stop the bleeding, and get the ball back to our offense.
NC State sending the offense back onto the field. They've come out red hot already with a 14-3 lead. Leaves it with the back. Makes it past the marker. The freshman brought down after a really nice run there.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
Down to the 16-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Touchdown, North Carolina State! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. These two guys, they just shared a glance, and they knew exactly what to do, David.
And how many times do we hear that? The quarterback talk about it after the game and go, hey, I just looked at him. He knew what I saw. I knew what he saw. We're on the same page. We've done this before. That chemistry equals big plays.
And the extra point makes it a 21-3 lead. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, and really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball.
Makes the catch on the left. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5.
And that's what makes this offense so dangerous. They've got playmakers all over the field. Here they are on their own side of the 50, 3rd and long. On any given play, they can take it the distance. They do right there. Not just moving the chains, but setting themselves up now 1st and goal.
So that's not exactly optimal as far as the defense starting a stand, giving up an 80 spot. Now dealing with a 1st and goal. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
I don't like the play call. You're down this much against the best run defense in the entire country. You're just smashing your face against the wall. You're not going to get it done. To win this game, you're going to have to throw the ball to get back in.
On 2nd and goal, they go right back to it. He steps and powers and works his way, and they finally get him down at the 2.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you...
And he'll finish the run and the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels!
Man, you've seen the evolution of the option, and you've seen the evolution with scrambling quarterbacks that can run and be so dynamic and just so much to defend. The quarterback says, forget that. You defend everything, I'll take it myself. In for 6.
Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, they draw closer. It's 21-10. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays and finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. Really couldn't ask for much more than this, an early 21-10 lead on the ball. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. It'll be a draw. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
And man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball.
He'll pull it down. QB got it himself. There he goes. Knocked out of bounds at the 46 after the good pickup on that one.
It's just so hard to stop. There is no rhyme. There is no reason. He just scrambles around, makes people miss, and the next thing you know, you look up and he's 20, 30 yards down the field, and there's nothing you can do about it.
You get a play like that, and you feel like you can go in and finish the deal. It'll be 1st and 10 from just inside the 50. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Trying to make magic with his feet. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding.
Obviously, this quarterback is a huge part of their rushing attack, and you've seen that early in this game. He's been very, very productive running the ball. Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes it's on scrambles like what you just saw, but with his speed, he makes it so difficult on a defense.
We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with 2nd down. They'll try the run. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting 1st downs and staying on the field. And you saw another great example right there running the football. Anything they want to do right now is working.
Headed to the end zone, and he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Wolfpack! When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish it up with the final 30 yards coming courtesy of that touchdown pass. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead and they're trying to hold on to it. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. They're down 28-10, and I don't think it's exaggerating to say their chance of winning this football game probably rides on this drive. Off the play fake on 1st down. Complete in the middle. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a 1st down at the 38.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a big play.
And the Rebels will hustle to the line.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and that can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play action.
The Rebels have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. Looking to fire. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting the throw going his way. They put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
Motion from the back. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield.
I know it's early in this game, but man, this defense has had their number. They did a great job, already built a huge lead, now getting this offense in a situation where they got to pass the football, and they better protect their quarterback better than they are right now.
And the Rebels decide to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Fields to punt and tries to help improve that field position. Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Back to pass. Steps away. Going to try to get it himself. He works his way up to the 33 and is pushed out of bounds.
And man, does he keep you honest. Just a guy that can run the football, that can make plays with his legs. You've seen it throughout the day. Listen, this wasn't a big play, but it can be death by 1,000 cuts. He just continues to scramble, make plays, make you defend his feet for a whole game.
And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the 1st down.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on 3rd down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm. But after that last running play, moving the sticks, you just wonder what that does for their confidence.
The quick out.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Quarterback moving. It's complete to the right. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down.
Nice job by the receiver on the back end there, too. He sees his quarterback on the run moving, and he just works to get himself open to give his guy a place to throw the football. They're able to connect, and they keep the drive going.
NC State on the move, set up with another 1st down. Wants to throw on 1st down. He's going to run it. Finding an escape route.
And just having a guy that can continually make plays on the ground, it just opens up space for your running back, for your receivers, makes you defend the whole field, and it's not always big gains, but you've seen him today, man. It keeps the offense in positive situations with just little plays here and there, knowing he's a threat.
And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
On 3rd and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down.
This is one of the top 10 offenses in the nation in getting first downs. To do that, you got to have balance. You can't always throw for it on 3rd down. You've got to be able to run it as well. And they've got a dude in the backfield who just knows how to move the chains.
NC State with a fresh set of downs thanks to that running game. Quarterback making checks. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Finds his tight end. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. Love the way he didn't just run to a spot. He found the cushion in the zone and got himself open for the 1st down.
Yeah, and you're taught to find that space. Don't run right into a zone defender who's sitting there looking at the quarterback and looking at you. So much creativity with routes now and being able to just have subtle moves one way, come back the other way. Nice job by the tight end finding that hole in the zone.
Looking for a crease to the left. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Looking to fire. Here's a hit. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
Well, obviously, at this point in the first half, the defense is finding themselves in a hole, and you just get the feeling if they're going to get back in this, they're going to need more plays like that. They're going to need sacks. They're going to need turnovers. They're going to have to create negative plays to get themselves some momentum.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Wide open downfield. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Let's go. Direct snap. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, NC State. Lining up to add another.
The kicker is on for the extra point.
And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up 35-10. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And he winds up right where he would have on the touchback. Goes out of bounds at the 25. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Wide receiver going in motion. Red pass, it's complete. Plows through the defense. Oh, he's got some space. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
Well, this offense told us coming in they were going to challenge this secondary early and often. They were going to use their speed to their advantage and take advantage of this quarterback's touch and arm talent. And already in the second quarter, they've got over 200 yards thrown.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Man, the defense was in there in such a hurry. They didn't even let that draw develop. Got to him so quick.
You know, the draw play has to look like a pass and not look like you're faking a pass. And I think there, it was pretty evident they were trying to run the draw. Got a man in the middle. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. The Rebels lining up, just needing a few tough inches on third down. They'll run the sneak for it. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on third down.
And when you call the quarterback sneak, you're thinking, I'm going to fall forward and get at least a yard. But Palmer, that defensive line got in there, and the QB got nothing.
Well, he's got to do a better job with the snap count, too, and try to catch the defense when they're napping. Right there, everybody was set and ready. And one more of those type plays, and this dude's losing his quarterback sneak privileges.
North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want it. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So in this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
They created a lot of breathing room with that first play of the drive. Now first down from the 39. Right on the money. They make the stop, but the sweet rolling catch is plenty to give them a first down. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. To the air on first down. He'll try to do it himself. Good run on the play, and he slides to avoid the hit.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
He'll try to pop the draw. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Back to pass. Pocket breaking down. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
I got to be honest. I know the defense respected this guy's running ability. I don't know, though, if they knew it was this good. He has been gashing them in this game with his legs, and already you're seeing the defense now make some adjustments to slow this guy down. They were able to get him to the ground. He's still got a couple yards, but this has got to continue for this defense. You know he is going to carry the ball.
Looking to throw on first down. Got it in the middle, it's Mayer. Touchdown, Wolfpack. All that baby in and then stroll into the end zone for the score.
And we are officially in blowout mode. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen so many explosive plays, and they score again before going in at halftime, guys. I'm hoping we can have a running clock here in the second half.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And they tacked on the extra point. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown. And they finish it off with a touchdown toss from the 23. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. Now they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with a young fellow on the sidelines. Be like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. They'll go to the ground. Hard running there.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anyway.
We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, one of the best environments in the game, and Raleigh has given us a fun first half. And it's been a dynamite first half, leading to a one-sided score right now. It's not over, but I think both sides know this is on the verge of a blowout. That opposing defense is inside its locker room right now wondering 2 things. What just happened, and what do we do now to try to make this respectable? And with that, let's send it back to the fellas in Carter Finley Stadium.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. And the Rebels will boot it away to start the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Not sure they had to adjust much as they'll try to build on this lead. They'll open the second half on the ground. Got the first down and still on his feet. The freshman brought down after a really nice run there.
This is going to be a big key for him, David, with the lead here in the second half, running the football, right? Staying on the field and bleeding the clock.
And run the football, you're ahead, you can be a little bit more conservative. But again, this opens up the pass. This keeps everything in balance for this offense.
Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
It's complete on the right side. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41.
Well, this defense is going to have to find a way to start mixing up their coverages. They're in a tough spot. They're down right now, so most people would think the opponent would be running the ball, but when you've had the success these guys have had throwing it, you're going to see more shot plays, and you better change your looks up to try and get a takeaway to get back in this game.
The Wolfpack with a 1st and 10 here. Looking to throw on 1st down. Trying to set up the screen. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the 3rd quarter, they come out, and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a really nice drive. That was a really nice throw. Just keep doing what you're doing if you're on offense.
Looking downfield on 1st down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Wants to throw again. Quarterback extends the play. Zings it complete to the right.
And that's why this QB's speed is such an asset. He can use it to his advantage, buy himself time to make a nice throw down the field.
NC State comes to the line to deal with 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Catch in the middle, it's good. That'll be enough for a first down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it was a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion, move the sticks.
Finds a soft spot in the middle. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there.
Well, there are a lot of offenses out there that would probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the 3rd quarter, but when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out, and that's exactly...
And he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, North Carolina State! Like a Thanksgiving turkey, they're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different, bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. Coming out with it, it's Lyle. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated he missed that connection.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning this game.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, it's going to be hard to stop.
Pulls it in. Across the 40 out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. The Rebels kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Takes the handoff, it's Henry. Tough run, gets it into the red zone, and they knock him down at the 17. And the Rebels with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Going to the run, it's Henry. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
The Rebels come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Power football with the run. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. Be interested to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week in the American, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. UAB is trailing right now, but let's be honest. The program that turned out Roddy White should never be counted out of any game. They're trailing by just 4 to North Texas. Ought to be fun, fellas, to see how things play out in this notable matchup in the American.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Wants to go up top. Makes the grab. It's Mayer. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
To the ground to try to pick up the first. He just needed a yard on 3rd down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Here comes the Wildcat. Watch out here. Back has it. They might go back to that one in a big spot as they pick up the first down out of the Wildcat. I'll admit, I wondered if they were just lining up to try to draw them offside.
Oh, me too. Whenever you line up in your own territory, you're thinking, oh, they're just going to draw me offside. A lot of times, by the way, it gets the defense to kind of relax for a second. But you can tell they had a plan.
Lots of room to run. Spinderella. He's got the first down, and they did a brilliant job getting them outflanked with the Wildcat. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. Snap to the back. Got his man. The Wildcat created an alley, picked up a few, still some work to do for the first down. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get him to the ground. You want many guys swarming to the football, trying to get that elusive guy on the ground.
Got his man. Touchdown, Wolfpack. They punctuate the chance with a trip to the end zone.
And it's now the 2nd time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point splits the uprights. So an 82-yard drive there. And the score comes on a 17-yard throw for the touchdown. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. He's out of bounds at the 31 after a nice return. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Now on first down from the 43. Out of the gun, the inside give. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one, 2nd and 8 coming up.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
The play action fake. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Yeah, nice job by the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the catch, and he went nowhere after the catch. Nice job by the D.
Rides to back and leaves it. He gets it to the 38-yard line, but this defense forces a 4th down. And this kicker is turning into old reliable. He's already knocked through a couple today. Everything will have to be clean from 55 yards away. Oh, the attempt is no good. The idea was to draw just a tad closer. Instead, the mountain is still enormous. Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. Motion from the wideout. Direct snap. Bringing the heat. Incomplete, and they tried to catch him flat-footed on first down, but the defense was ready. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Got the quick pass.
I love the anticipation on that throw by the QB on the out route. You got to throw it before the receiver comes out of his break. Nice work.
NC State comes to the line to deal with 3rd and short. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. As we enter the 4th quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up this 3rd down play. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll pull it down and run. Nice run there, picks up a few, and they'll force him out of bounds.
And usually when a QB takes off and scrambles, it's because the defense didn't do a great job keeping lane integrity, not keeping him in the pocket, letting him get outside, and then he can do damage. And it's the next play that you have to play instead of this just the original pass. So defense has got to do a better job of keeping that guy in the pocket.
Makes the grab. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker.
Brings up 2nd down.
NC State might think about going for a big one on 2nd and short. Back to pass. Quarterback floating away from pressure. Quickly out to the tight end. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down.
This guy just is so comfortable running routes, and he has such a good feel for those soft spots on defense there. They're playing zone coverage, so he's able to find that pocket, make it easy on his quarterback, and they pick up the first down.
And he's brought down after a nice game. This tight end just creates matchup problems no matter how you try to defend him.
How about the catch radius on him, too? So as a quarterback, you don't have to be perfect when throwing it to him. You just got to get it somewhere in his vicinity, and he can come up with the catch.
It's incomplete, and that also might be what is called a learning experience, and one this freshman got away with.
And a really great job by the defense adjusting now, because on this drive, this quarterback has found his guy a few times, and now the defense is saying, we are double covering him. You might throw it somewhere else, but that guy is not going to make the catch.
On second down, he'll try to make the connection this time. Right on target this time. He is down at the 1. A terrific run after the throw and catch.
Man, you see tight end matchups all over the field all the time. Now, it used to just be in the red zone. Now, you just find the big fella, you put him in the slot, try to give him the ball as much as possible because you know he can make big plays.
First and goal now as NC State tries to find a way to score. They'll try to get it in with the run. And the defense sold out to stop the run, and they do here on first down.
Well, and you see the sense of urgency now going up, right, David, on defense here, creating a negative play with their backs up against the wall.
Everybody's selling out to stop the run. Nice job being aggressive by this defense.
Trying to pound their way in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, NC State! They're on the board again, and it looks as if this winning streak is going to continue.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get concerned, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Let's go to the studio now. In with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, a quick update on a notable game going on right now in the ACC. Virginia Tech is in the unusual position of having to come from behind right now, but there's not a soul who doesn't believe they can't pull this off. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to South Carolina. Any big changes in this ACC clash, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. Finds a little bit of space. He'll get 3 out to the 15.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Throws to the wideout. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. And the Rebels will punt it away on fourth down. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills, and they've got it at the receiver position. So if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, NC State.
The Wolfpack with a lot of options on 2nd and short. Wide receiver comes in motion. Gonna swing it on 2nd down. Bought a little time, lets it go.
He's now 3rd down.
NC State comes to the line to deal with 3rd and short. They'll try to get it through the air. Quick completion on the out. Really nice job to convert that 3rd down, and they've got it at the 33. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. NC State at the line with a 1st and 10. Leaves it with the running back. Breaks into the open. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a 1st down.
The clock is my friend. If I can do this late in the ball game with a lead and I can continue to run the football and they have no answers, well, then I'm going to walk away with a win. So, listen, I wouldn't change a thing. I'd keep pounding the football, keep running the clock.
They're going to go right back to him on 1st down. Touchdown, Wolfpack! And they take it in for 6 more points. That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the 4th quarter as they go for their 6th straight win.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
PAT unit on the field. The kick is up and good and put 1 more on the lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And it was capped off with an impressive 16-yard run for the score.
Number 18 set to kick this one away.
Let's see what he can do with the return. He had visions of glory on that return, but he'll step out of bounds at the 29. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Running back searching for a hole. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this entire game.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
That's a really good break on the football. He sees the ball come out, and he hits it right as he's catching it. Nice job of dislodging the football from the receiver. That's a good play by the defensive back.
Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. They go to the ground. Pass to Stetson, still on his feet. They'll get the 1st down. It's spotted on the 49.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he...
Turning it on! And the runner is down, and so is a flag. There are penalties you sort of forget about and others that sort of stick with you for a while. You get a play like that wiped out, that one's going to linger. Well, they've put themselves in a hole. It's 1st and 20. He's looking to throw. Now improvising. Fakes to grab. At the 45 on his way. They finally get him on the ground, and this junior turning in a big play after the catch. And that comfortable lead they enjoy right now is not slowing down the aggression, not one bit.
Well, I think at this point, the coaching staff is just trying to continue evaluating their own players, and I don't hate the mindset. If there's time on the clock, keep trying to score.
So that big play changes the complexion of things. It's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. To the ground with the back. Fighting off the defender. Got it inside the 30 before he's finally pulled down at the 25. It's a gain of 6.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great...
Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. It's as if that ball had a magnet going back to the offense. How in the world did they keep it?
That ball carrier is very lucky. That easily could have ended up in the hands of the defense. You have got to do a better job with ball security.
On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. He'll be pulled down after a good run. They'll mark it at the 15.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just nowhere to run, not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carrier.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Tight end finds a soft spot. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7. How valuable is a tight end in the red area? Now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
I love it. Find the big fella down in the red area. Big target, works the middle of the field, easier throws. Nice job by this offense, keeping it very simple.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. NC State will line up with a 1st and goal.
Rerun. Here we go. Here we go.
They'll try to get it in with the run. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
With that last touchdown, they remain undefeated. What can you say about this offense? One of the most explosive in the entire nation, and they're coming in, I think, every week with the mindset that we're just going to outscore everybody. We are okay going into a track meet, and that's really what we saw in this game today, but opponents just cannot keep pace with them and all of the athletes they have on the offensive side of the ball.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the ACC. Virginia Tech is trailing right now, but let's be honest. The program that turned out Michael Vick should never be counted out of any game. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to South Carolina. We'll circle back if anything changes in this big-time ACC matchup. Guys?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Give to the running back. Look out, he's got room. Has plenty for the 1st down, and they stop him at the 28.
Yeah, and a nice big pickup on the ground. Palmer, you could have used some of this earlier in the game. Are you calling runs at this point?
No, I'd be a little bit more aggressive, I think, throwing it. I think part of it right now is because the defense, they've got the lead big. They're just playing a little bit more zone.
Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
Well, just nothing happening that time for the QB, right? RPO keeps it. He's trying to throw. Nobody there. He tries to buy time, getting out to his right-hand side, but the defense took everything away and just forced the quarterback to have to eat the football.
The Rebels with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Rides the back on the option to give. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Illegal blocking back.
They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. Corner's going to give them room. Shoots it to the left. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Taking it the other way. Touchdown, North Carolina State! And what a turn of events as this defense gets the pick 6. With that, they are closing in on bowl eligibility, but with this big lead and a 6-0 start, much bigger dreams for this squad.
And this has been the story of the game. Everything going their way. Offensively, special teams, and now on defense. Here in the 4th quarter, they're still being aggressive. They're still jumping these throws. And he picked that thing off and took it all the way to the house.
And they pick up the extra point. Kicker knocked it right down the middle.
NC State 81, Ole Miss.
Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they built this sizable lead. He'll bring it back looking for help. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing, David. Jimmy's and the Joes, they're just not as good as the opponent today.
And as an athlete, it sometimes hits you in the face and it stinks, but you're not good enough. And today they were not good enough. And I'm going to do the best I can to try to flush this down the toilet, not remember it, forget it, move on for the next game. Maybe something right here I can create positive that carries over to practice and maybe next week.
There was just nowhere to cut back. Great job by the defense, and he'll have to take the loss.
Well, that last play is basically a microcosm of what today has been like for this offense. Just nothing happening. Not physical enough at the point of attack. They're being swarmed. They haven't had the balance necessary to win this game, and that's why they find themselves trailing late.
And I know this football game is over, but we got to keep fighting. We got to keep finding something, some kind of rhythm in this offense, something we can hang our hat on that we do really, really well. Listen, the intermediate passing game like this has taken over college football, short to intermediate. So if they can find some of this, it'll help their offense moving forward.
They reeled off 6 straight to start the season, undefeated, bowl eligible, but when you have that kind of record, the possibilities seem limitless.
What a great way to start the season. The best way possible, right? Like 6-0, taking care of business, building momentum. This squad continues to climb up the ranks. They're getting better. They're getting more respect. 6-0 is the best start you could have, Palmer, but they're looking for more.
It's been really fun watching this team to get up to this point. So much talent. They've got great coaching, and I feel like they could keep that 0 in the loss column all season long if they keep playing the way they did today.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.